discussed the physical layer, data link layer, network, and transport layer. So today we are going to discuss these three layers, the upper layers. Okay, so the session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. So let's begin with the session layer. So the session layer, it is the first point is dialog control. Now, what is this dialog control? See, when two systems or two endpoints, two nodes, they want to communicate. Okay, so there has to be establishment of a dialogue. It has to be there. So the session layer is responsible for that. Session layer, firstly, uh, uh, allows these two nodes or two systems to enter into a dialogue or to a communication. Okay, so that is why it is known as it is termed as dialogue control. Okay, so it establishes the dialogue, the communication between two systems. It maintains it, and as well as it synchronizes it. Okay, so it can be the dialog control. It can be in the half duplex mode or full duplex mode, as we have already know these modes. Okay, so these two do two communication nodes, communicating nodes, they will enter into a dialog either in a half duplex or in a full duplex mode. So dialog control means establishing a connection or for communication, or establishing a dialogue between two communication nodes. Okay, so this is the dialog control. Now the another point is synchronization. Now what this synchronization means? Synchronization means session layer, it puts synchronization points, or let us suppose if you are sending a file with 1,000 pages. Okay, so now what will happen? Session layer will put a checkpoint after every 100 page. Okay, so there will be a checkpoint after every 100 unit. Okay, so now what will happen? Let us suppose uh, you have transmitted the file, but at the receiver end, let us suppose page number 543 was not received by the receiver. So now, as the session layer, it has provided the checkpoints after 100 pages. Okay, so that will be 100-page unit. So you don't have to send the whole message, whole data file again. Okay, so there is no need. So what you will do, you will only send the data unit from 500 to 600 page. Okay, you have to transmit that only, because you have already created a synchronization point. Sorry, and you don't have to retransmit the full file. Okay, so it puts and that synchronization points. Okay, or the checkpoints. So this is about the session layer. Now next we have presentation layer. Now presentation layer means it performs three things. Basically, it is all about the syntax and semantics of the data. So it do translation, it will do encryption. We have already discussed in the previous semesters the encryption and decryption part of the cryptography, when we have to secure our networks. Okay, and then we have compression. So now what is this translation? Translation means the presentation layer of this node. Let us suppose node 1 is sending data to node 2. Okay, if node 1 is sending data to node 2, now what will happen when presentation layer, what it will do, because see the processes or the programs running over these two systems while communicating, they share data. They share data or transmit data in different formats, like it can be a characters or strings or numbers. So they have to be converted into the bits. Okay, because finally data will be transmitted in bits. So now different systems use different encoding system. Different systems use different encoding system. So this node 1, which we can say node 1 Node 1 is sending data in the sender dependent format. It is having this one, the sender dependent format. So now this must be converted into a common format. Common format means in bits. Okay. So once it will convert it into common format, it is converted. After that, it will be transmitted from one system to another. Now at the receiving end, at this node 2, again this presentation layer of node 2, it will convert this common format into receivers dependent format, the encoding format in which they will be working, because each system, they they might be they using different encoding system. So what is the sender dependent format? It might be it not work with the receiver one, so it should be converted into a common format first. Then it must be transmitted to the another node. Okay, and the receiver node, their presentation layer, it will convert from common format to the their receivers dependent format. So this is the translation. Encryption. See, when we share our data over the network, there are always chances for attacks. Okay, network attacks. So security threat is always there. So if we are sending our data and our data is going through the communication channel, right now it is not in my node and receiver even not received the data. It is over communication channel. It is being transmitted actually. So at that time, uh, uh, there is a possibility that some third party, or we can say some intruder, some hackers, okay, in layman language, so they will try to steal your data. So if if they got the data, if they have stolen your data, so what will be our motive? Our objective will be, if they uh, our first objective will be the network must be, it should be secured. But anyhow, if the third party or the intruder, they stole your data, so they won't be able to get anything from it. Okay, they won't be able to understand it. So we have to convert that data into a ciphertext. Actually, the data which is in normal format, it is known as plain text. Okay, now, but when we uh, transmit that data over communication channel, we convert it into a ciphertext. Okay, ciphertext. Ciphertext means this data we have done encryption over it. Once we have done encryption on this plain text, the normal data, original data, it will convert it into ciphertext. Okay, now no one can understand it, the ciphertext. So at the receiver end, see, when this node 1 is sending data, so it will do encryption on that. Encryption means converting that plain text into a ciphertext. This is the original form and this is unreadable form. So with the help of a key, any key it can be public or private. Okay, so we have discussed this thing, encryption in our first semester. Okay, but still, for the remembrance, so this plain text will be converted into a ciphertext, and this is known as encryption. So this will be done at the presentation layer of this layer. So just a minute. So this encryption will be done at this end, the sender side, and once the data is transmitted and received by the another node, the receiver point node. So their presentation layer, what it will do? It will do decryption. Okay, decryption. So decryption means again converting this ciphertext into its original form, again to the plain text. So this will be known as decryption. So decryption will be done at the receiver side. Okay. So again, this is the job of the presentation there. Then the third one is compression. Compression means to lower down the bits. Okay, if you have the file, and mostly compression is done on the multimedia files, text, video, audio. Okay, pictures, JPEG, MPEG means. So compression means to lower down the size of that file. We all know compression. We do compression. You know, you all know zip files. Okay, So so we do compression. So again, these parts means the syntax and semantics part of the data, the translation, encryption, and compression, they are taken care by the presentation layer. Okay. So now we have application layer now, the topmost layer. Now see, this is the layer where user directly interacts with, okay, with the application part. So what it does, see, it firstly it provides the user interface as well as the first point is network virtual terminal. Network virtual terminal means, let us suppose you work on a router, okay, being as a network engineer, you work on a router and router has one port, okay, console port through which you can enter the router and do your commands and all, whatever. So, so your office is in Delhi, okay, but you are in holidays and you are in Goa now. But what if you want to do something from Goa? If you want to change something, some settings of your router, what you will do? Okay, you will do telnet. Okay, so this is a telnet. This is the protocol which is used by the application layer. Now, what will happen? The router at Delhi, okay, it is having a terminal. So you need console terminal. Now you want to give some commands over here. So what will happen through internet? You will connect to that router at in Goa. You are in Goa, okay, and now on your system the application layer will provide you the telnet feature, and you can directly enter your credentials over here. You can put your credentials, your username, password, okay, and this router, this will understand that the user credentials, they are coming from the this terminal only. So it is providing a network virtual terminal. You are physically you are not present at Delhi, but you are at where, Goa, okay, but through internet you are this application layer is providing you the interface through which you can access your data from anywhere. Okay, you can enter into this router through this console port via telnet. Okay, so this is the job of application layer. Okay, so this is telnet. So along with this, it do file transfer, access, and management, file management system. Okay, so might be you have heard about FTP, file transfer protocol. Okay, so again, this is protocol. It works over here, application layer. When you send some files to another system, and it happens sometimes that you are sitting somewhere and you want to help someone. If any one of your family member or friend, they are sitting in in some another city, and they are facing some problem with their laptop and all. So you what you do, you take over the internet, you take the control of that system, another system, okay, with the help of team viewer and all. Okay, so you take the control and you manage virtually that system. You can even you can receive files, you can you can send files, you can receive file, you can do editing, you can do any sort of amendment you want, you can do. So and you can share files as well. So this is also again taken care by the application layer. Okay, then we have SMTP. Again, this is a protocol which is simple mail transfer protocol. Okay, you mail services. So application, through application layer only, you with using this SMTP, you transfer your mails, you receive mails. Okay, so basically you are interacting with the application layer. Okay, so you will interact with the application layer. So this is node 1, so user will be here. Here the user will be, okay, interacting with the application layer of node 1. In the same way, there will be another user, okay, here. So this is all about the OSI model, which is the layered architecture and having 7 layers. Okay, so each layer, it is having its own jobs or functionalities to perform over the network. Okay, and when two systems they communicate, they all follow the same protocols. Okay, that is why it is created by ISO, International Standard Organization, Open System Interconnection. So ISO has, it has set the standard that any of the manufacturer all over the globe, or any of these systems all over the globe, they will follow the same standards. Then only the nodes from different manufacturers, they can communicate as well. Okay, if they follow the same standard. And that is why the protocols at each layer, okay, will be same or similar to the another node as well. So all the systems will use the same standard. Okay, so this is all about TCP/IP model. So in the next class, so this is sorry, OSI model, and in the next class we will discuss TCP/IP model. Okay.